straight, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Hurricanes will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Yellow Jackets offense will get the first crack at it here. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today. And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress at defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent. Both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time ball. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Got it set up on the outside. Can't get him to the ground. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Pulls it and fires to the left. At the 40, there he goes. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Price. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Wants to go up top. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got go.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. It is good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Miami's offense will have its first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out,
brings into the open. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
Firing to the right, complete.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Now the play fake. Throwing right. Makes the catch. Converts on fourth down. Is still on his feet. Touchdown, Hurricane. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Looking to throw on first down. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now.
Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Takes a handoff. It's Ramsey. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your...
Going downfield for the big play. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. And they didn't pick up any extra room to operate, but they at least got it back to the original line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback on the keeper. Might have misread that one. Would have been better off to leave it with the back. Instead, he'll give up the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this 3rd possession. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
Holds it in, the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. Fourth down, you gotta have it. You gotta be on the same page, and they were there.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Hand off from the shotgun. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Canes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. With the run on first and goal. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big-bodied guys.
Trying to rumble in. Touchdown, Miami. A great catch and run for 6. On to attempt the try. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David. Only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create.
He's going to throw deep right side. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover 1. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field, After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Caught at the 25. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Lost to fire on 2nd down. Got his man. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Pulls and fires complete. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
All right, defense. It ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense in the line.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the ground game. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the 1st one they've used this half. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off-play action on first down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
And the Canes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. At the 35, he's got room. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. And the Hurricanes will hustle to the line. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. The pass ball's incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Coral Gables, sign me up for another half. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the shadows of South Beach.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
At the 29. Now, fourth down.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And now on second down for this offense. Looking to fire. Going for the big play. Touchdown, Canes! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions, and just carving this defense up.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Leaves it with the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
The Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. But it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. To the air on 2nd down. Finds his back in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Canes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly, Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Going right to work up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Price. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Gets it to the back. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't make the play on third down. And the Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. On target over the middle. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking them.
Off play action. Pocket breaking down. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
Working that left side. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll move the wide receiver. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. The Canes decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving an inch against these guys.
And it's a complete effort, Reese. It's the front. It's the defensive line owning the work up front. It's the linebackers running. It's the secondary all working together.
He's taking the shot. It's picked off, and another empty drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The screen, he's got wheels. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Back to pass. It's complete to the left. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Quarterback making checks. Second down, they'll go to the air. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. TCU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Davey O'Brien among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Kansas State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Working that wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point in the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Makes the grab. It's Price. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and where's that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
With the catch, it's Price. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw it. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? To the air on 1st down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. There he goes. Defense got it. They're on the run.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys. The ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. To throw. Got it in stride inside the 20. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Salt into a wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long. Early,
lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the outfield.
Breaks into the open. 30. He's at the 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice or maybe next week.
And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And the Yellow Jackets have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll try it over the left side. It's these little moments like that that can help an offense as he gets it up to the 16-yard line. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could add.